We're back, right? We're back. Where have I been? Good question. I have been working on college stuff. I spent about a month. I haven't been down the mine. I was about to say I've been down the mines. I've been down the mine for a month. No, I went to the National Mining Museum of Scotland. Because they kindly allowed me to film on site and do my final project of my final year at college. So I've spent months and weeks pinging emails and phone calls and organizing things, speaking to the curator team, the marketing team, and then I've got tour guides, and then obviously Joe Public's walking around as well, and I've got to set up cameras and lighting rigs, and I've got to then not botch up my lines, and there's a part of me that knows that I have content where I've done loads of bloopers. This is the Lady Victoria, and it's a steam winding engine. Why did I choose this as my project? A number of times over the shoots. It's quite stressful. And I might compile a little blooper reel of that video for a laugh, considering that it did really well. It's currently in the top 4 or 5 of my overall video views, which is amazing considering my channel's gaming. This documentary based on coal mining was not what I anticipated to do that well. I had an evaluation and a brief of I want to beat the last documentary that I did, and the last documentary was about my YouTube channel, so I got 40 views or this. I mean, this thing's now at 300 and something. The last time I looked, it was maybe about a week or so ago, and I was like, what? Where did this come from? So again, really happy about that, and on the back of it, I got an A. I got an A for the project. So I've got an A for the project. I've finished. College is done. I can start making gaming content again and start uploading on the daily, which is what I wanted to do. I tried my hardest to upload every week, along with all the essays and presentations and recordings and editings and evaluations that I needed to do, and it was just too much. It was just too much. I'm actually I'm actually a little bit gutted that I didn't achieve what I did last year, which was that I didn't fail uploading. But the scale of the project I chose to do, I purposely made sure it was bigger than what I did before. I didn't want it to be in a room that I owned. I didn't want it to be in a college campus or in a classroom or in a studio. I wanted it to be a third-party thing where I needed permissions. I needed to go in and do risk assessments. I needed to do all that kind of stuff. And it was so cool to do because it gave me an insight to what I could maybe do later on in life as a job through the qualifications that I'm getting. So it was definitely worthwhile doing, and it was a mammoth task, and the project came out great. As I say, I got an A. I've been accepted to multiple universities. I've chosen one that I would like to go to. I'm in the process of finding out how I'm going to get there, how I'm going to get back, because it's a 2-hour commute from where I stay currently. And then that brings me on quite nicely to the background behind me. So the background behind me is not, if you look at my earlier videos, you'll see that this room is completely different. And my world turned upside down in February. So in February, basically, I had to move. Is the easiest way to say this. I had to move. I had to sort out all my finances and cancel things. I had to basically pack up everything and move within 2 days and come here. I now live with 2 of my mates that have allowed me to have a room here, and that's great. But it was a shit show. It's the best way to describe it. I had hardly, and I still managed to get content out during that time phase, which is mental. Now that I think about it, I was so worried about letting people down, and because people have spoken to me and said that they love my content, and seeing me upload every week was people have been going through hard times, and this was my turn. This was my turn to go through a difficult period in my life, and I have no idea how the hell I managed to do it. See, looking back, I mean, it's been 3.5 months. That first month is a blur. I can't remember it. I think I was pretty much a wreck. So to be in a position where I didn't fuck it up to the point where I'm not going to uni, because I was going to drop out. I'll be honest. I'll be brutally honest. I had given up in 1 week. I'd given up. I just thought, what's the point? Why am I doing this? It's just hard now. Just far too hard. Why am I putting myself through, you know, anything? Was kind of where I was at, and just I'd hit rock bottom basically, and I just didn't want to do anything. And for a while, maybe a week, 2 weeks, three, it's a blur. I did nothing, and that wasn't like in a row. It would be like I would go through this really weird phase that I knew that I needed to do things. I needed to preoccupy my mind and do things. So I would have a week where I'd be like, nah, fuck this. I'm gonna get on and I'm gonna win. I'm gonna prove that I can do this. And then the following week I'd be hit by a freight train, and it was like, yeah, you thought you could do this? Nah, you're not strong enough, you know. And that was the internal battle that I was having with myself. And you know, my friends and people online have reached out. You know who you are. Asked how I was doing, because you noticed that there was a change, and hopefully not too much, but you noticed that there was things going on. And my classmates at college as well, they were as supportive as they could be, based on the fact that I didn't really tell them much, because it's not something I wanted to talk about. But I appreciated every one of them, that you know, I could see it in their faces. Yeah, that's kind of the update. I think I've covered everything, like the college and obviously the move. I kind of hinted to it in the community tabs. In the community tabs, there was like I had a box which said moving day and stuff. I didn't want to go into detail. I didn't want to really talk about it and such. I just felt like I needed to be as transparent as I could be in the moment. I wanted to be honest, because that's one thing that I don't like. I don't like dishonesty, and it's not that I was being dishonest. It was the case of that my truth of what was happening to me was too painful to share. And that's not something that I've experienced for a long time. So, yeah, enough of that. We're back. That was the key thing. We're back, baby. We're going to be making content. We're going to be doing it. We're going to be getting loads of stuff done. I have Insound Mind to finish. I've got Outer Wilds, I think it's called, or Outer Worlds. No, Outer Worlds 2 has just been released. I've not got that. I've got Outer Wilds, never played it. I noticed that Deltarune has been released fully. That's kind of exciting. But I'd have to purchase it, which I don't have the funds for right now, so just to keep that in mind. But this is a golden opportunity for anybody that's like been watching me from the start, or you've joined in, or maybe you've just discovered me right now as my lighting decides to fail on me because the sun is moving. I hate doing this in the daytime. But this is the golden opportunity for you to basically say, you know, like, I loved how you reacted to this. I loved how you did this. I would love to see you play my favourite game. But if they're not on the channel, I've never recorded playing them. I'm really tempted to play the Oblivion remaster, because I loved that game on the 360. I remember the opening. I don't remember the ending. I don't remember. I just remember that I ran around in a field and made magic spells, and liked, you know, it was just an awesome game. I've played more of Skyrim than I think I ever have played of Oblivion, but I remember loving Oblivion. So there's that. There's Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 in there. There's in terms of like people saying there isn't anything to play, there's so many games right now that I want to play, and I just don't have the funds to buy them because I'm sorting out my life in the background. But I've got a backlog of stuff that's there, and yeah, it's basically in a very long-winded me way. If you know me long enough now that I ramble. I'm Scottish as well, which doesn't help, so that adds to the rambling. Back, college finished, got an A, going to uni, smashed it, content coming back. Tell me what you want in the comments below. Like the video, subscribe. Let's get to 300 subscribers by the end of the year, and that'll hopefully balance out the shit show that started at the start of the year. I will be recording content either today or tomorrow and trying to edit it for maybe Friday or Saturday this week. Please don't hold me to that, because I still have a lot of stuff to do in between it, but I'm going to start this week is the key. So, yes, we're back, baby. We're back, and I feel awkward as shit in front of the camera, but it's cool. And I'll see you guys in the next videos. I've missed you. I've missed you loads. So let's do it.